Yo, what is up? It is your boy Stephlyon, and guys, our boy Chris Roberts did an interview a couple of days ago while he's in Australia, you feel me? I think he was in Sydney. So basically, he was asked a bunch of questions, and he actually had some things to say about something that's very close to my heart. FPS gameplay and things that are going to be coming to Star Citizen after the release of Squadron 42.
If you don't know, he is the community director of Cloud Imperium Games. And then our next special guest,
community director,
of course, is the lovely Sandy Roberts.
Sandy Roberts? Is this Chris Roberts' sister? Hey, yo, Chris Roberts' sister also works for RSI?
The guy who I feel like, brought all of us together with his vision. We have the one and only Chris Roberts.
Bro, he's announcing this like it's a WWE freaking main event.
I want to kick this off with a little thank you to all of you for believing in what we do here at Atmo Esports. In Manchester, I said, I hope we do it again. And we're here again. And
I thought this was just an esports team who had an event, and then because they play Star Citizen, they had an event and they coordinated with Star Citizen. So is this funded by CIG?
Back then, I was so tired that I couldn't even say what I wanted to say. But thank you for bringing not only us at Atmo Esports together, but everybody here together playing this game. So I just want to say thank you. Seriously, I really appreciate it.
Over
Let's
6
give a
million
round of applause,
accounts.
guys.
And it's all because of this guy here. Look at his head. Look at his big ass head. It's because of him. It's all because of him.
Anyways, first of all, I would just like to know, how are you all feeling being here, the atmosphere, seeing the ship racing? We can start off with you, Tyler, and go and kind of go around. But can you tell us how you're feeling, man?
It's
seeing
hot.
everybody here?
Yeah, it's incredible. For me, it's my first time to Australia, and it's the absolute best way.
No, it's hot, bro. What is it? It's 11 p.m., right? 11 p.m. It's 27 degrees Celsius, bro. Like, I'm sweating right now.
To come and visit the places with an Atmo Esports event. I mean, the energy is incredible. For me, it's awesome that regardless where you go in the world, you still get that same energy.
It's the same energy of Star Citizen, yo.
You know, we all have the same hobby, the same thing that we're chasing, and so.
That's one thing I love about the Star Citizen community. It's no matter where you go, no matter who you talk to, once you know you're all playing Star Citizen, it's fluid. It just becomes a super fluid thing. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
Awesome. What about you, Sandy?
Well, I've come home, right? So
yes.
She's back in the land of kangaroos.
So it's nice to be home. Brought the good weather on Wednesday when I arrived, and
good weather. The weather's always good.
It's just incredible what you've created and the races. I can't believe Duop got 100. That was kind of wild. And just seeing all the things that the community does, and seeing some old faces, some new faces. What are you doing, Chris?
He's putting the water on the floor. He doesn't want to hold it. The glass of water is killing his aura. He had to put it down.
And I'm just blown away. Really, I'm just speechless. I've got a shirt. I've got a VIP thing.
Chris, I mean, the founder of Star Citizen. I mean, you probably feel the way I do, like seeing all of this. How are you feeling seeing everybody here?
Yeah, I mean, what Tyler was saying for me is definitely. I mean, I have to pinch myself because I sit up there and I'm watching all this. And
how'd you believe that you did all this? Your dream.
The game that we started 14 years ago.
It must be crazy. Just imagine that feeling. Like, this was a dream I had. This was a dream that I invested in, and I got other people to invest in, and this is it. That must be a crazy feeling.
And I would never have guessed there would be like an event done to this level of
just
profession.
for
I mean,
the
this
game.
is like watching a proper, like a real
Esports.
TV sports, like the Olympics or something. And we're here watching.
The Olympics.
No,
Chris
seriously,
Roberts, respect yourself. Respect yourself.
You guys, it's crazy. It's like, this isn't
The
like,
Olympics.
normally when you think community event, you think, it's nice, few people get together. But this is
It is big, though.
spectacular. And just also, talking about the fact that, the game has so much things you can do in it. And, just say, for instance, the racing and the PvP stuff that we'll do later, it's just a small aspect of it. But just that part of it can,
create something like this.
Huge engagement and following and specialization. I mean, it's pretty
It's crazy. It's crazy,
how
right?
good
And don't forget, guys, they're still in alpha. I ain't gonna lie, I've never seen no GTA racing tournament yet.
everyone is. I'm definitely not as good as anyone racing here. It's amazing to me. So for me, I'm blown away, and I think the thing that makes Star Citizen special is the community. So everyone that comes out to do it here,
Definitely.
that adds their
There's a
dreams
different
and
mindset. There's a different
their,
mindset.
you know, enthusiasm and their friendships to the group is great. And so I'm just glad that we've built a community like this.
I know the vision, and I've seen over the years, been playing this game since 2015. A lot of people don't believe me. Somebody asked me, "Do you even play?" Yes, I do. Okay. Yes, I do. Okay. Have you ever thought seeing a game in a competitive spirit? Was that in your vision, or was that something
No, I mean,
that was?
honestly, that's what I was saying. The racing aspect of it sort of grew
Yeah.
out of, the Arena Commander stuff. We're like, okay, we can't have the full PU yet, so we're
Yeah.
doing these game modes. So we'll try out the flying around. Obviously, sort of Wing Commander, Privateer, Freelancer style, space combat. So we put that in, and we said, oh, let's put in a few racing modes, and then everyone really just starts to engage in it. And then on top of that, when the PU comes out, especially when the planets start to happen and people are sort of creating their own courses, because some of those courses that are in Arena Commander originally was someone just found a cool place on Daymar or Delamar or wherever it would be to race around and say, this is a really great place to race. And then the dev team took back some of it and put part of it into Arena Commander, and we built it out.
So that's what you guys mean by there's some places where it's like it's in game and people were just racing around it, and you guys told me that. Okay, right.
But that's an example of the community and the devs sort
Coming
of
together,
vibing off each other and adding and creating something better. And so for me, I would never, if you told me there would be, a whole thing about people training to race. In the way that we've got.
See, him saying this is why I really do believe we need actual professions in Star Citizen. We could do all of this. We could do racing and whatnot in Star Citizen, and there will be freaking monetary value you can win in the verse going against other players. And we need to have the police system. We need to have people who come in to do engineering for your ship's on fire and you have nothing. You can call them up and they'll get there, and there has to be everything. We need to have actual solid professions in the game beyond like the industrial and things,
Yeah, I would be like, really? Does that stuff happen? And
Yeah.
it does. So for me, it's great because I just sit back and I watch this and I go, that's why we're making this huge, expansive sandbox, is for people to enjoy and do what they want to do inside it. And that is, like, for me, I don't know, like a proud father or something looking at it going, okay, this is very cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It kind of brings me back to the interviews we did with the races. I'm not sure if you guys saw those. But Blowtorch talked about how much he loves racing, and then when he just wants to hang out, he just goes mining on his own, out lost in the wilderness and in space.
You go mining,
which is
so
awesome.
much you could do.
How about you, Sandy? Like seeing this whole competitive spirit and everybody come together. We got flags. We had signs of Wayne DC go. Like how does this make you feel?
I mean, I talked to Duop before I came out here, and he said that he had joined because of the Next Great Starship, which was a very, very long time ago. But that was something that we that was community created. And so just seeing this now, how it's expanded and grown into something so professional, it's just amazing.
That is one thing I will say about across the board when it comes to Star Citizen. There is this big echoing feeling of professionalism, and inside that there is still fun where it's not as professional, but when you look at it, it seems professional. A lot of games, a lot of development teams, everything, when you're looking at them, it feels so unprofessional and so sloppy. I would like to say Star Citizen isn't as sloppy as the normal development team, the normal parent company. It is not as sloppy as everyone else.
It's like I went to next to our old offices in Los Angeles where the League of Legends. Where they do. I mean, this is
similar to their tournaments.
Oh,
exactly.
And the other thing I'll also say that because Sandy doesn't toot her own horn as much as she should, but when we started this a long time ago, Sandy told me before we did our crowdfunding and kickstarting, said the key is going to be putting the community together, and that was one of the reasons why there was the website that was done before we even announced the game, where it had the golden tickets, and
that's
we had
what it
about
is.
40,000 people.
The community. If you, like the games that do the best right now are games that have a lot of wish lists on Steam or something, or pre-registers. The community, giving the communities places to go and places to bubble around, it keeps the motion vibing, you feel me? So that is actually a really big aspect of Star Citizen.
And so the building around the community was very much Sandy's idea at the beginning. She says that's where your power, that's where the strength's going to come from. And so it's been in the DNA of Star Citizen from the very, very beginning. And I think that's what gives us the longevity. It's what, you know, we're going strength to strength. Last year, it was more people playing, more people joining than we ever had before. And that the strength of the community is really the superpower of Star Citizen. So,
Most definitely.
And, you know, my beautiful wife was the one that...
Oh, that's his
was
wife.
like, that's what we gotta do.
I thought that was his sister. My bad, OG. My bad, OG. But nah, think about it. A game that is one of the most hated games ever has so many people playing it, has been alive for how many odd years, over a decade. The community keeps it pushing because we see the value. You feel me? Like, we see the value.
So there you go.
TMI.
Let's give Sandy a round of applause. How about you, Tyler? Tyler, you are the director of community, and you spend a lot of time. I just want to say that I don't know how he does it. This is one person that, I mean, I respect everybody, but, you know, for myself, I do a lot. And it's because I love this community, and that's why, you know, Tyler does so much behind the scenes and, you know, coordinated with Chris and Sandy to bring him out to Australia after like 12 years. And you've seen our events, you've been to our events, but like, being here in Australia with almost 500 people here, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, you probably can relate to this because I know you work your ass off. It's that it doesn't feel hard when you're surrounded by this much passion and this much camaraderie. Like I know how much that you put into this event, and I know every moment was worth it, and that's how I feel with everything that I do. I think it resonates with.
And honestly, I feel like that goes as far as in the verse. You know, when you hit a bug or whatever, but you have so many people who understand you and either try to help you or try to help you get past it. I feel that in the verse as well. That is a statement that I feel is in the verse and is what keeps us all going and pushing through everything.
The entire team at CIG, not just, you know, the community folks, everybody is building this because it is the game that everybody's always wanted to play. I think that doing it alongside the community is just a gift that we're incredibly grateful for every day.
I'm going to go into some game questions. I think that's what, you know, some people want.
Let's
Don't worry,
get
I won't
Chris
ask
to
when it's coming
slip
out.
the
Don't worry.
beans.
I got it. I won't ask.
By the way, that was the first, he was saying, question number one, he said, hey, can I ask about Squadron release date?
Don't tell us. Don't tell us. We're gonna get a TwitchCon. Please,
As you guys know, I
TwitchCon.
got the same answer. Soon TM. So just saying. So this was I like this question because obviously, you know, the game, you know, man, how do I say it in a positive way? It's amazing, just not fully polished. So my question, and you guys can answer or both or anybody, but if you could wave a magic wand and solve one of the community's biggest pain point, what would it be?
Could tell me, Tyler, what you think would be a big pain point.
I mean, I can
solve.
just tell you as the community guy, for me, I'm most
things.
looking forward to everything surrounding social tools. I think
social
the
tools,
universe
yeah.
is better experienced together. And
Yeah.
I will second that.
I think everything related to grouping, to being able to communicate, to being able to, you know, get to your crew quicker. Everything related to that, I think, will not only help, you know, events like Atmo,
Yeah,
but
and
just
that's
bring
coming,
people
that's
together.
coming.
And for me, it's all about making friendships and connecting. And social tools are top of list for me.
And we are. The social tools are a priority,
On the
and we're
way.
working on them this year. It's Benoit's #1 project on his team side. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, I would say that's probably. I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, there's a lot. I'd like the game never to crash. You know, I'd like to have more players playing online. The dynamic server meshing will happen a little later on this year. So there's a lot that I'd like to do. Yeah.
He's just saying later this year, like, okay.
You know, we want the performance to be better,
Yep.
which is something that we're working on. It's actually a big
Performance
push
is doing
on
really
Squadron
well.
and the gains and benefits of that also will trickle down onto Star.
I told you. So basically, anything that they figured out with Squadron, it's going to trickle into the PU. I cannot wait.
Help. But yeah, I mean, yeah, my list is very long of all the things that can be better. The new player experience should be a lot better than it is.
Yeah,
too.
most
That's
definitely.
always a difficult one, right? So
Yeah.
Well, the inventory
Is coming.
It will drop with
4.7.
4.7. So you will have the new inventory.
It's coming for 7. Look, the man himself has literally said it's coming. So inventory rework. Everyone who's scared like I am, hold your breath because it is coming.
And you'll have crafting, the first version of crafting in 4.7.
Yep.
So, and the new inventory is significantly better than the old inventory, both faster, more responsive, and it gives you a lot more options in terms of managing and sorting and filtering.
Nice.
I just want to say, more than anybody else I know at CIG, Chris reads everything. Like at all hours of the day, like page 38 of Spectrum or page 9 of Reddit or whatever, he'll post in chat, hey, what's going on here? So just know that, as far as getting things fixed, if there's
So every time I'm complaining, Chris Roberts is looking at it.
anybody who you want to be reading all the feedback most, it's him, and he is.
Well,
Which is
there we
good.
go.
It's how it should be.
Thanks for letting them know. I mean, a lot of people are really excited for so many things in the game, but with features like refueling, exploration, longevity of combat encounters, and other core mechanics still evolving, how do you guys currently prioritize, refining existing systems versus adding new ones?
New ones, right?
Okay, well, I'll take that. To a certain extent, I will say that we're using Squadron as a bit of a test kitchen for some stuff. So one of the things that is hard to do in Star Citizen is sort of experiment and play around with stuff because it's an active live game. So if we change...
Right, yeah. So if they change things, they can break everything. But if you break something in a game that's like offline, you can fix it, or you can keep doing what you're doing. And when you figured it out, you can roll back the version.
Something, there's usually, there's people that like it and people that don't like it. That's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that we're balancing, like the new flight model, the atmospheric flight model. That
Another
happens,
one?
with proper aerodynamics. Is in Squadron, and it will come across into Star Citizen. Same on the FPS. There's a lot of improvements through FPS, feel, play, everything.
Finally, bro. The thing is, I've been saying since I started Star Citizen, the FPS, it's okay, but it's nothing profound. It doesn't feel different. It feels linear. The NPC behaviors, the way the guns work, it all just feels like almost core and basic. And it's not bad. Like, it's not bad, but it's not superly overly great. So if we're getting new things, more dynamic, bro, it's about to be crazy.
Come from Squadron into Star Citizen. So that's part of what we do, and not all of it obviously will be in Squadron, like things like the crafting.
Yeah.
The inventory stuff is much more Star Citizen specific stuff. And that is it is a challenge of delivering the full featured system and not a partial one. Because part of the problem sometimes is you deliver things like engineering doesn't have all the things that it will in the final version. And so not everyone can see the full context of it.
Yeah.
And so that makes it a bit more challenging because you're like, oh, this doesn't work because of this. And I'll be like, yeah, I know, but when these things come online, then it will all make sense.
It's gonna work.
And so that...
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel because I feel like I might actually rather wait a little bit longer for things to be a little bit more fleshed out before they're added in. It doesn't have to be the final version, but I want to skip to like tier 0 and go to tier 1. So we just have to go to tier 2, I don't want it to get bare bones. Like right now, engineering, it's been a little bit rocky for me because sometimes I'm purposely going out to use engineering and try engineering, and it just doesn't work. Then when I least expect it, like when I'm in a freaking NERSA, engineering kicks my ass. And I'm like, I didn't even know the ship has engineering. And it's like, okay, boom, the ship has engineering, but some of the parts don't work. Like I can't take a fire extinguisher off the wall because it's not real yet. So it's really hard to be okay with having these half-baked systems. I don't know how to put it in a more like crazy, more profound way, but it's still annoying, even when you do see the picture, because at the end of the day, I am still a player. Yes, I'm testing, but I'm still a player trying to enjoy something,
That is actually that is one of the biggest challenges we have on the Star Citizen side, is how to roll that out. So we're trying to make sure that we cook it a little bit better.
Yes.
Going forward.
Yes.
sure we'll get called out on Reddit and everywhere else.
No,
Shout
but
outs
cook
to
it a
Reddit.
little bit better. Cook it a little bit better.
Any
That's
other
all we
comments
need.
from Sandy or Tyler? No? Okay. All right. One thing I want to talk about that you guys really surprised us because we have in the Daymar Rally, we actually have multiple teams that race in VR. And these guys are like, they take it serious. They're like, they have a whole cockpit with
Obviously.
VR and they're literally racing.
Do you know how much money they spend on these things? And you think they don't take it seriously? If I spend $5K on a VR headset, a PC, and all my sticks, best believe I'm taking it seriously.
Racing Daymar Rally, which is in the truck division, which is like a 7-hour race, depending on your experience. And they're in VR the whole time. But you guys did a great job just kicking out VR. And how is there more coming for VR in Star Citizen?
Yeah, there's definitely more. I mean, so for a start, I mentioned it before, but Squadron will be fully VR supporting too.
Oh, wow.
So you can play that, which is going to be
Fully VR supported?
yeah, it'll be very cool. You can reach out and touch Gillian Anderson. Not inappropriately if you want.
Why would he say that? No, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Bro is sitting right beside his wife and he said that. Oh my goodness. Bro is getting slapped when he get home.
But
I just want to be sure you know we're live, right? On the internet.
But so we're pretty committed to, making the VR implementation the best that you've seen in gaming for any game. I mean, I think already
Damn.
even the experimental mode,
Yes.
just the nature of Star Citizen, the fact that it does so much detail but also scale.
So they want to be the best. That's the thing. I feel like anything they're doing here at CIG and things is they just want to be the best. They want to be the best, and I'm here for it.
VR is kind of perfect for it because you can walk up and actually feel the difference of
details.
an Idris compared to just getting into a
Yeah.
Hornet or something like that. And you also can get up close and sort of see all the detail that the ship artists have put into the ships or the environment artists have put in the environment in a way that on a flat 2D screen you can't. So that part's really great. We're going to be supporting more VR specific controls, so VR controllers as well as the general control stuff we do at the moment. So it is an ongoing project, and
Bro,
one of
okay, any company making VR, can you please make VR freaking gloves that give me the mimicking my hands, okay? So anything I do with my hands, it's captured by a sensor and I can do everything. So if a button needs to be pressed, I can push the button. Please, even a freaking VR compatible sleeve, just give me a haptic sleeve, please. I want to, if anyone drops a set of haptic gloves and sleeves that integrate with your VR headset, I promise you, I'm buying it. I will take out a loan. I'm buying it. Just do it, please.
the other aspects is the UI side of things, which still has to be dialed in. It's sort of improved from the experimental release in Christmas, and 4.5, 4.6 has a few improvements, but it's still got quite a long way to go. But it is definitely on our plan. And so when Squadron releases, it'll be full featured and the same parity will be in Star Citizen. But I think as headsets become lighter and you've got a little more power on your machines, then VR becomes more viable. Because doing it now on a high resolution head like an OLED height that isn't too heavy,
Yeah.
it's a totally different experience than doing it on a VR headset.
Yeah, I've only ever held one VR headset and it was like almost 2 kilos. Like, why am I holding 2 kilos on my head, bro?
10 years ago, because we actually had VR in the beginning, like in the very early stages, and then we disabled it because we were rewriting the graphics renderer and the engine, and so all that had to change. And so now that we've sort of got the next gen renderer in, which is in the Vulkan stuff and the other stuff we have, and it's also in with ray tracing is will be coming to Star Citizen because it's in Squadron right now, and it will come across in Star Citizen.
Nice.
That's enabled us to be able to do the VR support.
Finally, I can finally utilize my graphics card.
So it'll be good. And we got some passionate people in our dev team, like Sylvan, who is one of the main drivers of getting the VR to work. But there's quite a few other people in the engine team and the graphics team that were also helping out behind the scenes and doing a lot of stuff. So yeah, we think it's fun because at the end of the day, Star Citizen is a universe that you just need to plug into. It's going to be like Ready Player One. So that's what we're.
Chris Roberts, don't say things like this because things like this make me happy inside. Don't say things like this. Do it, okay? It's gonna be like Ready Player One, bro. Bro, imagine that experience in Star Citizen, Ready Player One, plug in and you're in there, man. Nah.
Doing.
Okay. All right. Some next level. Any comments? I mean, have you guys tried VR?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was really incredible. I wasn't such a fan of the FPS part, but the flying was second to none. That was.
You know, I'm a big VR fan, so I jumped on it pretty quickly.
I don't have a headset yet, but I'll definitely get
Yeah,
some
I
on
need to
mine,
get
so-
one.
Oh,
Should I
thank
buy
you.
a VR
Appreciate it.
headset, guys?
Appreciate it. So I know you see a lot of ship racing and dogfighting, and the reason why we do that is because it's easy to kind of switch things out, especially in a land environment. But is there anything that you, Tyler, Sandy, Chris, that you guys would like to see outside of either dogfighting or racing here in land events?
But I kind of wanted to, we pitched a capture the Idris
Yes.
mode that we were going to do in Arena Commander a while ago, and I'd like to try to get some more combined stuff where people can, fire the fighters, fire the big ships, be a boarding party and do that and all work in concert. So that is
that would
something
be cool.
that we've talked about, and we're building systems to help enable that. I mean, like for instance, just even the, on the engineering, which is still very basic, but what you should be able to do, and these are plans that we have, is that like the hollow globe in your Idris, you could have someone be sort of the combat information officer, and it could be like, okay, click on this enemy ship here, click on this, and then you in your fighter would get the target on your ship, and you would go, okay, this is what they've told me to go.
Wait, so is he talking about maybe you're in your ship, right? And then you have the combat pilot on the Polaris saying, okay, target this engine, it's low. And then he sends that information, and then you get that target, and then all you have to do is attack that engine. Like you can send battle information onwards. That'd be pretty cool. I feel like maybe your captain gets that on like the captaincy. They get all this information, they can send it out, and you can just zone in on it.
An attack, and you'd be able to sort of direct your fighter
Your fleet.
group, and you'd be able to specify, okay, go over here and board, and so have a whole sort of combined
What we need is more FPS gadgets for boarding. Like, I don't know, maybe a freaking shock absorbent chain or something. Because, when you tractor onto something, yeah, you can move, but when they move too fast, you get flung away. So maybe a chain that's like shock absorbent and speed absorbent as like a slinky, and it literally pulls you into the ship, because sometimes it's hard in motion, especially in big motion, fast motion. It's hard to board ships. So we need more FPS gadgets to help us. And also C4. We need space C4 to break the hulls of ship. You plant your charges, go, boom, you're in.
kind of arms game mode, which would be very, very cool. And then you can either do it in the PU, just acting naturally, or maybe have also a sort of supported game mode in Arena Commander.
Funny enough, we had an event called the Hearst and Hurt Locker where we put everybody in a crater and they just go free for all and just shoot each other. Last person standing wins.
Well, I have, by the way, I have debated that, like, I've kind of thrown it around internally that if, when people are like cheaters or we've then doing bad behavior,
You put them in a...
we do a sort of, a
Dumping
moon,
ground.
a sort of prison moon that you just go thrown on, and you got to figure out how to get out there. So it's not one step more than Kleisha. It's just there's like crazy.
Bro, imagine that would be like the wasteland. That would literally be the Badlands. Imagine you just put everyone in the Badlands. You're a cheater or you're a griefer. You're not in the Badlands. Escape from Tarkov in Star Citizen. That could be a vibe. Think about it. That could be a vibe.
Creatures, everything. It's
You wanna send them to the
It's like
Shadow Realm.
there was a movie like that. I can't remember. I think it was maybe No Escape or something like that. It was where you just get dumped on the planet, and then
Max Payne,
you got
bro.
nothing, and you've got to survive. So we may do that at one point, but it's long.
No,
it's
we
on the
have
list of a
to.
million
We have to.
ideas that we have of fun things to
No,
do.
we have
Oh,
to. That would be
man.
crazy.
There are some other stuff going on. Like I recently attended an in-game fashion show, which was quite interesting.
Oh, that's
Hey,
cool.
yo, an in-game fashion show.
That's a real.
I was gonna do an in-game fashion show. A drip contest. What? I was gonna do a drip contest. Someone stole my idea. I was gonna do a drip contest. No, someone stole my drip idea.
Thing. There is a community for that. I mean, it would be cool to see it expand into the industrial field eventually. I would love to do like an in-game fishing tournament someday. Just saying.
Fishing tournament, space whale
I
fishing.
did say fishing's after 1.0, but we do have fishing on the list.
So it's gonna be freaking space
Otherwise, I get
whales,
blamed
space
for
fish.
feature creep. I mean, honestly, it's you guys. Or every time I go, someone goes, "How about some fishing?" Or "How about this?" I'm like, I'm not the only one that's guilty of feature creep.
It's relaxing.
All
How about you,
right.
Sandy? Any thoughts come to your head about any other events?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what other. Yeah, these guys kind of went for it.
Tyler took the fashion one.
Yeah.
Sorry. I should have left that one.
No, I was gonna do a fashion show.
The fashion one
I was gonna
include
do
doing
an
makeup and stuff, or was it
SLDL
just-
fashion
They
show.
had like categories. It was themed like, hey, come out and be spooky and come out. It was,
I was literally gonna do an
didn't
SLDL event.
All right,
Who
well, I'm
stole
gonna
my
get into a fun
idea?
question. So, how has it been seeing this evolve from, since I would say 2014 all the way to now in 2026? Like how has the whole community event evolved? Seeing this, blown up so much more, and how does it make you feel?
Amazing. I mean, I will say that I think the first time that we really sort of realized it was when we went to Gamescom and announced the Hangar module. I think that was the first one where we really sort of got a bunch of people together, which was, when was that? Was it 2013?
Is that when I organized it under the train station?
It was under the train station. You didn't
2013, bro. That was when I was hearing about Star Citizen. Me as a little 13-year-old in school, freaking in your high school computer room, looking at all the older kids talking about Star Citizen. Shut up, little kid. You can't play it. You don't even have a computer, bro. This is way beyond your league, bro. And you're like, what are you talking about, bro? And you're like, no, you can't play Star Citizen, bro. You need to get a computer.
We'd done really well on the crowdfunding, but it was still, you didn't have the same sense of this was 400, 500. I can't remember how many were it was quite a lot of people at the
No, we pushed 1,000.
okay, 1,000 then. Yeah, exactly. So then I'm like, holy shit, 1,000 people. Like, we're like, you sort of felt like, oh my God, we're like a rock band or something. It was very different than like I'm used to, because normally as a game developer, you make the game
Behind the
and it gets put in a
stores
box
and,
and goes to the stores, and people like it, or you see reviews, or it sells well, but you don't get the connection with the people playing it. And this was the first time that I really got to feel that, and it was intoxicating. It was fantastic. Wow. And we sort of went from there. We were organizing events at Gamescom, and then Sandy had the idea to sort of do the CitizenCon, which I think the first one we did in Austin. And that was just at the Alamo Draft House, if you remember, and we did the Hornet commercial.
And we were sharing it with this finance group or whatever.
Yeah, it was very weird. And then it's
What's Star
and it
Citizen?
it's grown to like what we had in Manchester with 5,000 people, and and the thing that's amazing about it is the ability to meet everybody that's so passionate
that's
and
involved.
loves the world that I'm building, the rest of the dev team is building. And honestly, for me, it's the sense of a shared passion, because I know that everyone here, they have their idea and vision of themselves being in the world the same way I do. Because when I'm making a game, I'm normally making a game going, this is something I just want to be.
I want to play.
That's something I want to be inside. I'm not making a game.
And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of games nowadays, anyway, because so many games are coming out, and every freaking person has access to Unreal Engine, Unity, whatever you want to use. And it's like, some people are just, not just some, a lot of people are just making games to run up a bag. There's no soul behind a lot of these games that come out. There's no soul behind them. They're all copycats of each other, and it just doesn't feel authentic. And as a player, you can always tell when the person who created the game is creating a game that they themselves want to play. They had an idea that they want to also enjoy. And I feel like Star Citizen is at the top of that list. It's a game that's been created by people who want to play the game. They want to make the experience good because they're also involved inside the game.
This is the 5 things I think should be in the features, and this will make sure everyone likes it. I'm just basically making a game that I think is cool, that I'm going to be in, and hopefully other people do. And so it's very, very rewarding to just meet and be around everyone else that's sharing the same passion for the world and the universe and the excitement for it, and the possibility of not just what it is now, but what it's going to become. And so that, as a developer, is intoxicating. I think when we do the live events, whether it's Star Citizens or the Citizen Cons or an event like this, and developers outside of myself or Tyler or Sandy get to come, they get to experience, and it gives them energy, because pretty much everyone at CIG is incredibly passionate about making Star Citizen and making Squadron and making the best they possibly can, and they love it, and it's great for them to feel the love back and the people that are already enjoying the work they're doing, even though it's not quite finished yet, but it will be, you know, down the road getting even better and better. But there's an immediacy for it that you just don't normally get as a developer, and that is pretty awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Such a detailed question. Any other comments? Yeah, go ahead. Give him some love. Give him some love. Thank you all for coming here all the way to Sydney, Australia. It's so appreciated.
Great. Love it.
But I want to give you guys the last word. Is there anything that you guys would like to say to the community here, those watching at home?
Squadron 42
I wanna
release
leave the
date.
floor open to you guys.
Squadron 42 release date.
I'll go first then. Yeah, we'll wrap it with you. I guess one question that I have for you guys, because we talk a lot about how these events are an opportunity for us to connect with the community. Like, raise your hand if you got to meet someone today in person for the first time who you've played with online.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sounds like everybody.
Damn.
So for me, one of the privileges of coming to these events is just knowing that everyone raised their hand in case the camera wasn't on them, that's happening at events around the globe. And for me, that's what these in-person events are so special
That's
for.
pretty freaking
I mean,
cool.
you know, you play online for years, that's all compressed into one weekend, and it's all about the connections. Nothing that we can do at this entire project, you know, is possible without all of you. And I'm forever grateful, and I appreciate you all. Especially, you know, you and the whole team. I don't know if everybody realizes that room up there is filled with people. There's people all over the building at Atmo making this possible, and thank you.
Thank you for that.
I'm also very grateful to the community, and it's just, I've made many friends over the years, people who have helped me through the more difficult times that I have had throughout a decade plus doing this. And I probably wouldn't be back here again if it wasn't for the community.
Wow.
So thank you very much for that. And it's just great to see how it's grown from an idea and thinking, oh yeah, very first Bar Citizen, this could work. And so here it is.
For me, I have to say that, you know, I feel incredibly humbled and privileged, and I feel very lucky because I think I'm in a position as a game maker that pretty much no one else is in the industry, is being able to make something that's so ambitious and so bold, so far-reaching, with the support and the energy and the love
community.
from this huge community.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was doing this in the old days, if it was Electronic Arts or Microsoft, there is absolutely no way that Star Citizen
Would have been the way
would
it
be
is.
where it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't get
Definitely
this far.
not.
No one would
No.
greenlight it. It's, you know, it's a moonshot. It's basically trying to be the everything game, set in this futuristic
futuristic
universe.
universe.
It's incredibly ambitious, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't be possible without all your
community.
guys' support and the passion and the love. And so for me, every day, feel incredibly lucky and thankful for all of that from all you guys. And it really is, like I said earlier on, the secret sauce that makes Star Citizen so special is all you guys and your love and passion.
See, you guys always complain that I say you guys. Even Chris Roberts is calling us you guys. Okay, so I'm not the only one.
For the shared universe that I believe we're all building together.
All right, let's go.
But yeah, so a lot of new things are benched on the release of Squadron 42 and how well they perform in Squadron 42, and then we'll see them in the verse. I can't wait for FPS to get better. Once they start getting FPS better and adding some more dynamic things to it, it's gonna be the coolest thing ever, because it's already decent. It's not the best, but it's really decent. But imagine when everything comes together, man. I can't wait. There's so much coming in 2026. It's gonna be a good year for Star Citizen. If you're not playing, get your ass into the verse. And guys, if you like this reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.